What's good, family? You are looking live at another episode of Special Delivery, and today we got another banger on tap with Social Status's new silver lining Nike Air Mac Attack. Yo, it took me so long to get that. That's crazy, but anyway, these joints are fire, man. This is a great sneaker, a really good looking sneaker, a sneaker that doesn't fit me, even though it's my size, which is really weird, but nonetheless, it is a really cool sneaker with an interesting story behind it. There's a lot of art that comes with this joint. There's a lot of story that comes with this joint, and we're gonna dive into all of that today. But before we do, y'all know the vibes, man. We gotta actually unbox these joints, so let's get it. All right, let's crack these things on over, man. See what's good with them. First of all, yo, let's talk about this box, actually. This joint, it looks like a store from the front, which is really cool. The packaging is just dope, and as you can see, you got the Social Status right here, Social Status logo right there. But when you crack the box open, the first thing you see actually is this bag, which is supposed to be a dust bag, but it looks like a bag that you would buy or you would get out of a convenience store. You might buy it too, because sometimes they be charging like 50 cents for the bags. I know they be doing that in DC. But anyway, this packaging is just so cool, man. The sneakers, just as dope. As you can see, these joints are crazy. This is a really cool look at the Mac Attack, man. And look, we told y'all the Mac Attack was coming. We told y'all that there were going to be more collaborations of the Mac Attack, and here you got this silver lining joint right here. As you can see, has that same look as the regular Nike Mac Attack as far as silhouette goes, but the colorway is very different. You have this sort of silver-ish, grayish color just all throughout this joint right here. The upper is made out of this cracked leather right here, as you can see on the toe. Then you go up, you got that mesh right there. You even go to the side paneling right here, still that cracked leather right there. You got these silver laces right here, which is really cool. You get to the Nike tongue tag right there. You got that red and black, which is a really nice touch for this joint. But the real special part about these sneakers right here is actually this swoosh right here. This is a swoosh. It's got this silver, the literal silver lining over top of it, and you can actually peel it off and it reveals itself to be pink, like this Nike logo on the back of the heel right here, which is really cool. We haven't peeled it off obviously here, but I do really like this silver, y'all. I cannot lie to you. I don't know if I actually peel mine. Maybe it'll peel by itself over time, but I think this is a really nice touch. You got some more, well, actually, this isn't cracked leather right here on the back heel. This looks more like hairy suede to me, honestly. And then you got this mesh paneling just on the lateral and the medial side of the sneaker right here. The outsole is this gray right there. It's kind of muted, which is really cool. And the other cool part about this joint is actually you get two lace swaps right here, and they come in these little packages right here. It says laces. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can read it. It says laces. It's really cool. You got the some cream color laces right here in one box, and in the other box you've got some pink joints right here, which you know, I think I would probably go with the pink joints, especially if I'm peeling this off. But you know, this is just really nice, man. The paper actually on this joint looks like a sales paper that you would see out of a store, which is really cool. Like, they just went all out, as Social Status, Amamenyer, and just the Whitaker group overall typically do with these sneakers. But the thing about them is that, once again, with these shoes come a pretty interesting story that, you know what, let's just talk about it, because I've got some gripes with this one. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The inspiration behind this shoe is actually kind of weird. So it's the United States Food Stamp Program, what most of us know today as SNAP. This was the food assistance program that started all the way back in 1939 during the Great Depression, and it was used when farmers had a surplus of crops that they needed to sell off, but because demand was way more than supply, they weren't necessarily making a profit off of it. So the US government found a way to sort of subsidize this, build these coupons out, give them to people. The people use those coupons to buy those things off from the farmers who had their products purchased from the US government. So that's a program that the US uses still to this day. I think you know, having a sneaker that is inspired by a social safety net, a program that has helped so many people over the years is something that is really cool. It's something that I think I appreciate a lot. And it's something that we've seen a lot from social status in general. When you think back to the free lunch dunks that they had, that was the first collaboration that really hit it big coming out of social status. Like, that was something that I was really inspired by, and honestly, it was my favorite sneaker story of that year. And even the recess pennies that we got last summer, it was kind of the same vibe. It was like, you know, you've got this essential thing for kids that really help kids sort of progress and relieve their stress. And recess is something that has become an essential part of being a kid, of growing up in America. So it's really nice to see James Whitner and the Whitaker group tell these sorts of stories. But yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I felt like this food stamp one was kind of weird. Like, it was kind of weird, y'all. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's brass tacks this thing on out. So look, I have no problem with social safety nets. In fact, I'm a big proponent and a big supporter of these social programs that hold people up, the people who really need that help. But at the same time, I feel like this sneaker right here, I don't really vibe with the story that it's telling. Not to say that SNAP is bad and food stamps are bad, but when you, like, there's a coupon booklet that comes with this thing that is supposed to, like, mimic the coupons that you get for food stamps, or that people used to get, because, you know, now everybody gets the card and everything. And it's just like, yo, that's doing a little too much for me. It sort of is selling this idea of poverty to people who probably haven't experienced that in their lives. When you think about the people who are buying these shoes, we talk about it a lot, man. Sneakers have really become a sort of place where class is really reflected in the purchases that people make. A lot of people can't really afford these sneakers, especially people who are using these government assistance programs. And look, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually a great thing, and that these things should exist. But when there are people who, you know, have no idea what any of this means, and no idea what that struggle means to a lot of people, it's weird to sort of be selling this thing to those people, right? It's like, sure, like, this sneaker will connect with some folks, with a young kid who, you know, on the first of the month, you know, the dinners are great, and y'all are eating good, y'all are eating steak and lobster and all this stuff, and life is great. And then, you know, when the food stamps run out, it's kind of iffy. Like, maybe they'll feel something from seeing this shoe, but will they be able to afford the sneaker? Like, that's something I feel like we have to think about a little bit more when it comes to this storytelling. It's not just, you know, hey, this program is a thing that exists, but also, like, is there any way that I can make these shoes not only reflect the people that I want them to reflect, but also get these sneakers to those people? And I feel like this shoe kind of skips that step. And I think you could say the same about the free lunch thing, looking in hindsight. Like, it's still the same sort of vibe, and it's kind of weird, man. I just think it's a little weird. So again, no problem with the program, with SNAP, with food stamps. Like, all of that is good to me. I love that stuff. I just hope that, and I will say, James Whitner and the Whitaker group do a lot of good work in the community, so I don't want to take that away from them. But I just hope that moving forward, we think a little bit more and a little harder about the stories that we try to tell through these sneakers and the communities that they reflect. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I know people on food stamps, bro, and they don't have these sneakers right here. So just a little food for thought. But anyway, fam, that's a wrap for this episode of Special Delivery. I'm your boy Sykes, and this is Social Status's Silver Linings Air Mac Attack. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.